Hello, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys are doing great and making a good profit with the help of our indicator strategy. First of all, congratulations to all the winners who won $50 as prize money. For those who don't know how you can participate and win, please comment your thoughts about the video. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. For those who are new here and want to join us, the link is in the description. You can also text us on Telegram at bbinary support, where we provide non-martingale signals. Additionally, we provide results and feedback from our VIP members there. So go ahead, check it out and earn money with us. Okay, I received a lot of requests to make a video on SNR, support and resistance. So this video is about SNR, support and resistance. As you know, in all markets, whether it's a binary, crypto, or forex, all markets operate based on support and resistance. Both large and small players trade using the concept of support and resistance. So this video will cover how to identify support levels, how to take trades with the help of SNR, and how to control them. Let's begin. Let's find our first trade, and I'll provide a brief explanation of why I took the trade and how the SNR was formed. Okay, when the market was moving in one direction, meaning it was in an uptrend or downtrend, support and resistance levels were not useful there because the market had broken through those levels, making it a risky situation. On Citigroup, Inc OTC, you can see that I drew a line marking a level. The current candle is facing resistance at that level and turned into a red candle. If you look back, you'll see the market was taking support from that level. Notice that this market was ranging, not trending. This market was in a range, not a trending market. You'll also see another distance level I marked. This was the higher high. The market reversed at that level. Let's move on to another asset because no trade was available at this moment. Now, let's move on to Pfizer Inc OTC. I marked a resistance level, and as you can see, the market reversed exactly at the resistance level I drew. I'm waiting to see if this current candle or any future candle will close at that level. If it does, you can take an entry for a downside move. If the current candle closes red, then you can take a position at that level for the downside. However, if a red candle forms in between, avoid the trade. If the current candle turns red and then 2 or 3 green candles form, you can go for the downside move. But if 2 green candles form, followed by a red candle, and then another green candle closes at the level, avoid the trade. Let's move on to another asset. Now, let's look at McDonald OTC. I drew a support level, and you can see that the market was moving upward, changing the trend. Since the candle was far, we'll avoid that trade. I found a trade opportunity on Twitter OTC, and I placed a $100 trade for the downside. Why did I take this trade? Because there was a resistance level I marked where the market reversed and changed its trend to an uptrend. You can see that at the back. I took the entry there and the candle closed as a green candle. Breaking through the level, the next candle came down and turned red, indicating a fake out. Okay, so this was a fake out. You will see that you might face a small error, a plus minus error, or a 1 or 2 point error. You have to deal with that by using proper money management. With only a few seconds left, I won my first trade. So I won my first trade and my balance turned into $192. The market reversed exactly from the level. Now let's move on to the next asset. On American Express OTC, there was an upside move. Let me draw a trend line to see if it is valid or not. The trend line wasn't valid, so this wasn't a proper trade. We should avoid that one. Now, on Apple OTC, I place a trade for the upside move. First, I place a $100 trade, then I place another trade for $92. I use the whole amount, but I suggest you don't use all of your funds. Always use proper money management. Why did I take this trade? You can see there was a resistance level that I marked, and the market broke that resistance level. You can see that a red candle formed above the resistance level. This indicates that resistance turned into support, and this was a retracement trade. That's why I took the trade for the upside move from the support level, and the candle also gave us a good entry below the level. As I suggested, you'll see there was an uptrend, so that's why I placed the trade for the upside move. The trade went in our favor, and I won my first trade for $100, and the second trade was still ongoing. Yes, the second trade also won. So I won both trades, $100 and $92. And you will see that the green candle formed from the support level. This is how support and resistance work. It works really well in a ranging market, but it can be risky in a trending market. Let's move on to the next asset and trade. You can see that on Pfizer OTC, a red candle formed, as I mentioned earlier, from the level, but then the candle broke through the level. So when the candle breaks the level, wait for a retracement before entering. Now, let's move on to Twitter OTC. Let me draw a support level. Okay, I drew the support level. You can see that the market reversed from that point for a downside move. Then it retraced, and the current candle also gave us an entry. However, I didn't take the entry. The market reversed exactly from the level, which is a good setup. This is a ranging market, as you can see. Since the candle was already at the level, I decided to avoid that trade. Let's move on to the next asset. On Boeing Company OTC, I place a trade for the upside move. I'm waiting for the entry. Okay, I got the entry and placed a trade for the upside move on Boeing Company OTC worth $368. Why did I take this trade? Let me explain. You can see there was a big red candle and it reversed exactly from that point. So I marked the level, and then you can see that a green candle closed below the level, followed by a red candle. That's why I took this trade for the upside move. In my opinion, the resistance level became a support level, so that's why I took the trade. The trade is currently going in our favor, but we still have 25 seconds left. you'll notice that the green candle has already formed. It looks risky, but there are only a few seconds left, and it reversed. So my trade amount was reversed, but you'll notice that the green candle was already formed. If you had placed the trade at that point, it would have been a win. Let's move on to the next asset, Microsoft OTC. There was a resistance level that I marked because the market reversed from that point. I marked it as a level, and I'm now waiting for the candle to close at that level. If the current candle closes below the level, I will place the trade for the downside. If the candle is too large, I will avoid that trade. Okay, the candle reversed and became a red candle, so I'll avoid that trade. On McDonald OTC, we have a trade for the upside move, and I've drawn a support level. The market was taking support from the level and changed its trend to the upside. You'll notice looking back that the candle was rejecting from that point. That's why I marked the level here. I'm waiting for the candle to close above the level so I can place a trade for the upside move. However, the candle reversed, so I'll avoid that trade too. On American Express OTC, you can see how the level worked. The candle was taking support from the level. It gave rejection exactly from the level. But we missed that trade. On Apple OTC, you'll see the candle was taking support from the level. On Johnson & Johnson OTC, we have a trade for the upside move. I placed the trade for the upside move on Johnson & Johnson OTC worth $368. There was a support level which I marked. The red candle gave rejection exactly from there, so that's why I marked it as a level. This was a little bit of a risky trade, but let's see how it goes. Currently, the trade is not in our favor. But the next candle came back, and now the trade is going in our favor. With only a few seconds left, I won it. I won another trade, so now my balance has turned into $644. This was a risky one because the candle broke the level, so I suggest you wait for the candle to close. If the candle closes above the level, then you can take the trade for a reversal. Let's move on to the next asset. You can see how the level worked on American Express OTC. On Microsoft, as I mentioned earlier, we can go for the downside move from the level, and the red candle formed exactly at the level. On Twitter OTC, we have a trade, and I'm waiting for the candle to close. If this current candle closes below the level, we can try for the downside move. However, the candle broke the level, so we will avoid that trade as well. On Microsoft OTC, we have a trade for the downside move. I placed the trade for the downside move on Microsoft OTC from the level. I got in a little bit lower, but that's okay. The candle should form a good red candle. Why did I place this trade? As you already know, I placed the level there because the market reversed from that level. That's why I took this trade for the downside move. This was a retracement trade, and the trade is going in our favor now. With only a few seconds left, as I said, this candle should form a good red candle, and it did. I won another trade, so now my balance has turned into $1,237. Let's see if we can get a good trade and try to compound with $1,237. On American Express OTC, we have a trade for the downside move. I'm waiting for a good entry. I got the entry at the level, and I placed the trade for the downside move on American Express OTC worth $1,237. Exactly when I placed the trade, the candle reversed, but it still gave a reversal. The reason behind this trade is that you can see I already placed the level. The market broke the level, then retraced and came down exactly from the level. It came back again and gave a rejection, as you can see with the green candle. That's why I took this trade for the downside move. You will see that the red candle already formed. Because of the late entry, it's a little bit risky for me, but let's see. We still have 10 seconds left. Okay, only a few seconds left, and I won it. I won another trade, so now my balance has turned into $2,375. I hope you guys understand how SNR works and why support and resistance are important for trading. If you want more videos on topics like SNR or candle psychology, comment down below, or you can text us on Telegram at bbinarysupport. If you really want to earn money, text us on Telegram at bbinarysupport. We provide non-martingale signals which nobody else offers. If you look at all the Telegram channels and YouTube channels, no one provides that service. So if you really want to make money, text us on Telegram. The link is in the description as well. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and comment your thoughts about the video. Until then, see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.